All right, so today's segment is covering the buyer retrieval program, which is one of the unique value propositions that is covered in the Todd Duncan Sales Mastery Bootcamp. And this program is designed to help give you something unique to go to a realtor with to show them how to maximize the opportunity out of an open house. So it really does three things. It's a program that helps you develop a joint strategy with a realtor to increase the attendance, capture more of the information of the people who attend, and then convert more of those people into buyers over time. So, today what we're going to do is just cover the program, just kind of the details quickly. Then you'll see Doug is here with me today from our Georgetown branch.
Hey guys.
And welcome. And you'll see me ask Doug high trust questions that you would ask a realtor leading up to presenting this program. Then we're just going to do a quick role play to demonstrate how you would actually present this program to a realtor. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right in. So the piece that we're all looking at here right now is, again, the buyer retrieval program. And this one can be produced in color and sent to you. It's also available on the training or on the intranet site under the training section. And we'll also have the PowerPoint presentation available to you as well, so you can have the hard copy for one-on-one meetings or the presentation format available for group settings. All right. Well, Doug, thanks for coming in to meet with me again today.
Sure.
I really appreciate that, and I know that before we met, I told you about our buyer retrieval program that I wanted to talk to you about today,
right.
And so. If you're okay, we can just, jump right in, because I'm really, kind of excited to share with you, ways we can partner, that I may be able to help drive extra business your way.
Yeah, I'd like to see what you have to offer.
Okay. And before we do that, Doug, I'll tell you what would be really helpful is if, I just have kind of a few questions to ask you so I can better understand, how you go about your business, kind of what your goals are, because that too will help me, best understand how this program may be able to work for you. Would that be okay?
Sure.
Okay. Well, first of all, just think about your, your business and your goals, for the balance of the year and even going into next year. Can you just kind of tell me about what generally what you're wanting to do, what your strategy is to hit your goals?
Well, I was trying to get a little more organized and be able to be a little more in control of getting leads and not just get them almost by happenstance.
Okay.
And just the ability to get more leads, whether it's listing leads or buyer leads.
Okay. Okay, very good. And how do you go about getting your leads today?
A lot of it's word of mouth.
Okay.
Previous clients. Do some flyers, but I don't usually have much luck at those.
Okay.
So.
And so you probably keep in touch with your past clients through some sort of CRM system or...
Yes.
Okay. Okay, great. Well, let me ask you this, as it relates to open houses, how do you feel about open houses? I mean, do you do open houses? Do you like them, not like them?
Well, no, you have to do open houses because that's what the sellers expect. And that's if you're not doing open houses, they don't feel like you're working for them. Open houses are hit and miss. I mean, you may get 15 people come through. You may not have a single one and be there all afternoon.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and when you do an open house, how do you typically go about, kind of driving attendance to it or kind of building the awareness of that open house?
Well, I've usually got about 5 or 6 signs I'll put out throughout the neighborhood.
Okay.
I'll post it on Facebook and then usually on Craigslist.
Oh, on Craigslist as well?
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of agents I talk to really only do the sign placement, so that's great that you do kind of the other pieces also,
Yeah, some people will see it. I mean, I've had a few come through from Craigslist.
Sure. Well, Facebook too, that's when your, customer sees you post that and, perhaps even share it, with others. I know people, they like that, like to see, working for them like that. Now, of the people that do attend, and I understand you said that sometimes it's up to 15, sometimes it's not anybody, but, the people that do come in, how do you go about capturing their information?
I usually meet with them, give them a card. I try to give them to sign in on a sheet.
Okay.
Something. Our company has just a standard sheet that we put out.
Okay. So you usually have a sign-in sheet,
Right.
where you ask people to sign in.
Right.
Okay. And then, of the people that do, show up and, give you their information, how do you go about, following up with those people or staying in touch with them?
Well, I just shoot them an email, thank them for coming by. If they give their number, I'll give them a call,
Okay.
and thank them as well.
Okay. Okay. So it just depending upon what they give you, then you'll follow up with them
Right.
afterwards.
Right. Probably be a little more aggressive on getting the information, but,
Okay.
you know.
Well, well, thank you. That really kind of helps me understand, some things you're doing now to get the business that you are. And I'll tell you, it just makes me that much more excited that we're here talking today about this, our buyer retrieval program, because, Doug, this program it's a system that's designed to, drive more people to open houses that you host, capture more of the information of the people that attend, and that also helps convert more of those people that attend into buyers over time. So you want to know more about that?
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Well, let me just kind of walk you through, a little bit about how it works. First of all, Doug, when you have your next open house, and hopefully, if our partnership continues, this is something we do on a regular basis, that about 2 to 3 weeks prior to the open house, that you and I talk and develop a joint strategy on how we can promote that house. One is going to be around sign placement. I know you mentioned you do 5 to 6 signs typically. There's a number of resources out there that where experts are saying that instead of doing 5 to 6 signs, to actually kind of supercharge that and do 20 to 30.
Wow.
Now I know that sounds like a lot, but we actually can help with the extra signs if you need that. But I'm going to show you in a minute kind of the difference of what
Okay.
that looks like. And kind of how that works. And not every neighborhood will allow it, so we get that. But a lot will. And so for the ones that will, we can kind of talk about the sign placement strategy. We'll talk about online advertisement we can do, social media. I've got a large following on Facebook and other social media outlets that we can, based on each open house, talk about what may be the best strategy to get more people there. Okay. Then the next step is that once we've got people there, we want to have multiple sign-in sheets, because if there's a group that comes in at one time, we want to make sure that we don't miss somebody simply because someone's filling out the sheet and they walk into the next room and then they're out the door, which can happen.
Sure.
And we've got a great sign-in sheet I'll show you in a minute. Certainly if you've got one that gets the key points, obviously that's okay too. But we have one, that works really well. And what I'd like to offer is that when we partner together on an open house, that I will go in with you on creating an incentive to get people to fill out the information. So that could be like a $25 or $30 gift basket that's right there on the kitchen countertop next to the sign-in sheets. Because when people see, a prize that we're going to give out that day, about 80% of the people will fill out the sign-in sheet.
Okay.
So that's a great way that we can, kind of increase capturing more
That's a good
people's
idea.
information. Yeah, and help make sure that the information they give us is accurate.
True.
Because they'll want to have a chance to win the prize.
Yeah.
And then finally is the lead management system. So everybody that completes their information on that sheet, then and one of the questions is going to be their timeline to buy. Yeah, because some people may just be the dormant seller that's just wanting to see what's going on in the neighborhood, or it could be somebody that's really interested in buying. But regardless, we're going to assess if they're their timeline to buy, and if they're ready to buy in 4 to 6 months, as an example. I'll begin to get in touch with them twice a month, and at each of those points of contact, I'm going to cross-sell you as the agent that they should be working with. So, this is how this system can really, you may see begin to work for you, because, you'll see that I'm going to be keeping in touch with these people just like you would, and at every point in time, I'm going to cross-sell you. So you can reach out to them however, whatever frequency you want. I'm just making the commitment that I've got a system that I'll be reaching out to them on a regular basis.
And will I find out who shows interest?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, at each point in time that I, get connected with a client that attended an open house, and, we talk about where they are in the process, I'll always shoot you an email or give you a call and let you know.
Oh, great.
Yeah, every time I always make sure to do that.
Okay.
So this is just some of the mechanics, Doug, on how it works. I mentioned, we have an example sign-in sheet here. It's got their name, their telephone number, address, email, and their timeline to buy. Okay, and one of the other things I want to make sure that you know that I do is I time block my schedule, and I make sure that after an open house, I've got time blocked out that following week to get in touch with those people that attended. because if I don't prioritize it and put it on my calendar,
Yeah.
things can come up, and I mean, it happens to all of us. But that's what I do to make sure, though, that I timely follow up with people. Because if that doesn't happen, it's a missed opportunity for me to cross sell you.
Right.
I want to make sure to do that. And then you can see here kind of the mechanics again on how the lead management system works. I'll under each lead, once I make contact with them, classify them platinum, gold, silver, or green based on their timeline to buy, and then I'll have you here as the lead source. And I also have a number of best practices that I've found that work to help convert more of those buyers or potential buyers into actual buyers over time. So this way you can kind of get a sense of just what I do, and it's not just a simple one-time phone call or email. The goal is to get these people, if they are qualified and ready to buy, working with you, to close on a transaction.
Okay.
So this one's really kind of cool to look at. You mentioned, you typically will do, 5, signs or so. And this just gives kind of an example of a neighborhood of where an open house might be, of what sign placement might look like if there were 5 signs, okay? And then you kind of look over to the right-hand side, and it just jumps out of the page at you. But what's interesting here is that if you think about in this particular neighborhood, we've got a main street here, 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 and here. And we all know that people text and drive, talk and drive, and if those things are happening, they can just go right past that open house sign and then miss out. Versus if they were to drive past it here, here, and here, they're going to be thinking, well, gosh, something big is going on. And guess what it is? It's your open house.
Well, I figure that means signs, there's got to be something.
There's
pretty
something big's
intense.
going on. Yeah, because it's going to stand out. And so this is just one of the things that, again, you might, when you look at it this way, you can see how that can, absolutely double or triple the number of people that will drive to that open house and take a look at it.
Are you going to help me put all those signs up?
Every time you do an open house, let's talk about it.
Okay.
And so and let's but yeah, I mean, there may be times I can, or we can get somebody to do it for us.
Sure.
But we'll figure that part out. That's the easy part.
Okay.
So I don't know about you, but I'd really like to work with you, on your next open house, and let's put this program to work and see if we can get you more buyers.
Sounds good.